Alrighty, well, I was gonna implement the cores with the Demon Dagger video that I just recorded, but honestly, I think we're gonna talk about it separately since there's actually a good chunk amount that we're gonna dive into. So as you guys know, this is going to be the new set of artifacts that's going to be affecting both of the workshop of Brilliant Light. I believe with how things are looking, I think what's gonna happen with the artifact set is that rather than getting the curse, blessing, and greeter, I think that's going to get moved over to the dungeons, and so you can fully cater to just getting the cores through the Vulcan fight or the Baron fight, whichever one you choose to do. Obviously there's going to be rare, there's going to be heroic, and there's going to be legendary. Now, excluding the cores, there's going to be certain materials. Here's a little example right here. There's going to be rare materials, there's going to be heroic materials, as you guys can see, and there's going to be legendary materials. These materials are going to be used to level up cores, and so depending on whatever you're working on, aka let's say you're working on your heroic cores, you're going to need these leveling up materials. You can feed in other cores to level up, you guys will see in just a second if anyone hasn't seen it yet, but when we're grinding, we're going to need these to help us out leveling up our cores, so that's going to be pretty solid. But we just kind of skip a little bit more ahead, so there we have it. Cores are now going to be the main prize for us to get. So we've got Baron, normal, and easy. Easy starts at 350 to 450. Normal is at 600 to 700k. So yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Hard is probably going to be added later on, like what they did with Vulcan. So yeah, wind and dark are the element as we know of. So as you guys can see, so this is on Baron's floor right now. So you've got multiple cores, which we'll get into on what each of them do. But yeah, so you got the leveling up materials. I don't think Rare has any leveling up materials, so it's just heroic and legendary. So I think for the lower end, you're just gonna have to feed in other cores. So there's that. But let's take a little gander because I do want to see what these cores are doing. So let's kind of just let that roll a little bit, so that way we can get a good understanding. Again, it's very similar to the concept of Honkai Star Rail. So, Nameless Demons, Magosphere, okay. So the core passive, increase the user's ultimate skill. Wait, what? Increases the user uses their ultimate... Wait, when the user uses their ultimate skill, it recovers MP equal to 5% of the max MP. So, ultimate... and you get a little bit of MP back. That's actually not too bad. Yeah. What is this? When the user uses their ultimate skill, it grants a shield equal to 10% of their max HP for 8 seconds. So, got some shield play going on there. When the user uses their ultimate skill, it increases the critical hit damage of their basic skill by 20% for 8 seconds. Ooh! That looks very enticing. I will say that is... I might have to cater to that, I'm not going to lie. So... kind of want to see what the other ones are. So those were the fire cores looking ones, so let's just keep in mind we can apply 3 cores to each of our characters, so that's pretty solid. When the user uses basic attack hits 3 times, it charges their power gauge by 3%. Ooh, okay, cooldown 10 seconds. So we've got I love it how Gina's also doing the power gauge, so we've got some good ultimate support going on in terms of gaining it more quicker. So that could be something useful. When the user uses their ultimate, oh, we've already seen this, which is the shield one. What's this one? When the user is hit, their damage reduction increases by 10% for 10 seconds. Okay, good little defensive core right there, not too bad. And then the last one, increases the user's attack by 5%. Oh, okay, just straight up 5%. Alright, well, not too bad. I mean, that's probably another one that we're going to be catering to. So that's pretty much those cores, and again, it's pretty much going to be the similar thing for heroic and rare. It's just the percentages are going to be low since they are the lower rarity. But that is what's happening with the core play. A lot of ultimate play going on right now. So this is pretty much the gist of it. There's going to be a core section, and with the initial passives on what we're getting through the cores, as I've mentioned, certain ones can only be used by certain element hunters, as you guys can see, as it says right there. But whilst we're picking and choosing the cores that we want to apply, there are going to be main stats that these cores will also have, and this is where the leveling up comes into place, and that is where the materials that you get, as I've mentioned, will also come into place. So yeah, so obviously to get to level 10 you have to feed in the cores, so we have to grind cores. I mean, it's kind of understandable, to be fair, because everyone's going to be grinding up to hell and back. 151k. God damn, that's expensive. So once you hit the level 10, you can further enhance it, so that way you can fully max out your stats, and that is where that material comes into play, as you guys can see right there. So again, if you've got the heroic version of it, then the cubes is what you're going to need, and then if you have the legendary version, then there's a legendary version. So solidified stone tier 2, and there's a solidified stone tier 3 for the legendary. So yeah, it seems we're back on the grind. If anyone wants bored, don't get bored anymore. We're back on the grind with some new artifacts to try out. So that is pretty much the premise of the cores and how they're going to be working with what they provide, of course. But yeah, there's going to be some events, so typical Gina events and banner release. The capsule event will be where we get Gina's weapon. The rock, paper, scissors event is coming back. I just kind of want to see what the prizes are. Accumulate win count, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 700 essence, 550 essence, 400. Damn. Okay. Well, they are. All right. That's. Did they do that before? I swear they didn't do that before. No. Okay. Well, we got a good amount of essence being provided, so we will gladly take that. And then shadow traces are able to be purchased. 100 of those. W. Some shadow materials. Massive W. And then gold. Okay, hold on a minute. They do be cooking with oh, weapon custom tickets are in the shop too that we can use to purchase. Ooh, okay. It seems that the rock paper scissors shop is looking very enticing, so that is a W. There is going to be an event that we have to complete over 14 days. So complete daily missions for 14 days to get various rewards. Achievement reward, 50 custom draw tickets. Beautiful. Reward for completing each mission, gold, mana fabric, and other growth related items. So 50 tickets on the board right there for us to nab, which is beautiful. And then just to go over the update, so I just kind of wanted to go over a few things just to see if I missed out anything. So they're actually lowering the difficulty for the hard for Vulcan by the looks of it. So the power level, as you guys can see, it was at 600 to 700. It seems Vulcan hard will be 500 to 600, since Baron normal is going to be 600 to 700, which tells me that Baron hard will probably be either 800 to... no, it'll be 800 to 1 million. Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm not looking forward to that. So that is pretty much... so yeah, they are slightly nerfing the difficulty for hard for Vulcan, so that is a massive W. Wait, hold on a minute. Demon Castle lower floor rewards will change from artifacts to core equipment. And solidified stone items required for enhancing cores will be added. The original obtainable Burning Curse, Greed, and Blessing set artifacts will be obtained in instant dungeon and encore missions. So there we go. As I've just explained that, there's further more confirmation. I've just gone over the core equipment. So yeah, you're going to have 2 substats. You're going to have the main passive, and yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of it. So Gina is going to be releasing. Support Mage, I've already done my video on her. Demon King Daggers, I've already done my video on that. Very good characters, and weapon, bro, everyone is copying that. I'm sorry, the developers knew exactly what they were doing when they were releasing Gina. They had the opportunity to cater to the players, you know. And let me tell you, this costume, everyone, if you have the means to purchase it, I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to be picking that up. So that's wild. That's wild. So they're re-adding the SR weapons that they were supposed to add in the previous update, so about damn time. Anyway, alright, so I'll leave it there. There we go. So that's pretty much the cause that I just kind of separately wanted to explain and talk about. So that's what's on what's going to be happening. But yeah, we got a lot of essence to get, and we got that 50 custom draw tickets to kind of also snap. So yeah, a few things to keep us busy.